Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Accounting. Those who are new here, we want them to know that Easy Accounting is the India's first voice-controlled ERP system and GST-enabled accounting software based on voice recognition technology. Moreover, there are many unique features implemented in Easy Accounting which you might have never seen before. It is so easy and simplified that anyone can access it whenever they want with mobile or computer from anywhere in the world. For more details, you can watch the videos in description. Now let's continue. In today's video, we will see implementation of Captcha on your website or web app and live demonstration of Captcha versus Google Recaptcha by bypassing Google Recaptcha. First of all, what is Captcha? So a Captcha is a program that prevents automated action by bots or programming code by verifying that the action is executed by the human. To understand this, let's see an example. Suppose we have this form where any users can send their feedback, suggestions or problems by providing their name, subject of message and the message in detail. Then this all information are sent to us via email. So let's see the codes of this process. So here we have three files: HTML file, JavaScript file and PHP file. In HTML file you can see that we are simply showing our feedback form with three input elements for information and a button to send the mail. Now in JavaScript file we are using the sendMail function which sends the information entered by the user to the server using AJAX request. On success it gives this message and on failure it gives this message. Now here, after the user click the send button, we first check that all three information is entered by the user, and if they are not empty, then we call the send mail function, and then after the mail is sent, we empty all the input fields. Now in the server side, we are using this execute mail function which sends the email with the data sent by the AJAX request in JavaScript. For this, here we call this execute mail function and pass this HTML data as argument to send it as email. Now let's send a message. So I am filling the form and click on send mail. You can see we have received the confirmation message that mail has been received. So let's open the mail and check it. You can see that the mail has been arrived. Now send another email. And here again we received that second email. Now here is the need of Captcha. Suppose someone sends millions of useless emails to you every day, then there is a lot of problems. You can understand it. So to do that, I will write some code in the console. So here with code, I will run a loop, and every second after setting the value of this input fields, I will click this send mail button. Okay, let's see this. Now press enter to execute this code. You can see that we are receiving all the emails. Now let's check the inbox. We can see we have received all the useless emails in our inbox. Now suppose you change this value and run this loop million times, then a million of useless email at a time can crash our inbox. To overcome this problem, we use Captcha, which detects and ensures that the action you want to execute in your project is executed by any user or human. So first we will use and implement the Google Recaptcha in the client side, and we will also verify the token generated by the Google Recaptcha with Google API in server side to ensure that it's working properly. For that, let's generate a pair of keys by verifying our website to use Google Recaptcha. Here we are using version 2 Invisible Captcha. This version 2 checkbox Captcha works fine, but in Recaptcha version 3 also we can execute the operation with codes. Here enter your domain where you want to use it, accept the terms and conditions, then click on submit. Copy this site key to make Google Captcha work in your site, and copy the secret key to make sure that your code is executed only after the Captcha is verified by the Google API. Now let's use the Google Recaptcha before sending the email. So we need to do some changes. Now all set. Here in HTML we are calling Google Recaptcha API and creating a div element for it. Now in JavaScript we are calling render method of Google Recaptcha, and in its callback method we are calling our send mail function. Also, when the send mail button is pressed, we call execute method of Google Recaptcha by passing it the render method with send mail function as argument. And after the Google Recaptcha verify the click event and call our send mail function, we will also verify the token generated by the Google Recaptcha with its verification API in our server-side code. You can see that in our server side, our code will send the email only after the verification is successfully completed from the Google verification API. Otherwise, it will show this message, Captcha not verified. Now let's check it in our feedback page. Here we can see that in our website there are lots of resources which are loaded with this Google Recaptcha. You can also see that we have successfully implemented the Google Recaptcha and this message protected by Recaptcha is showing. Now let's send a message. You can see that the email not sent and this message that Captcha not verified. This is because we are not sending token generated by Google Recaptcha to our server. Therefore, Google Recaptcha was unable to match and verify this operation. So let's pass this token to server for verification with Google Recaptcha API. Now again try to send the email. Now you can see the email successfully sent. Let's send another email. As again we have received the email after Google Recaptcha verification. Now we try to send the useless emails with codes. So we execute that code again. As we can see that we are receiving the automated emails even after using the Google Recaptcha. Now let's come to EA Captcha. To open the EA Captcha page, open easyaccountingindia.com, then click on menu, scroll this menu, and here click on EA Captcha. From here you can download the EA Captcha. For this just enter your name, select your country, then click on download. And now you have to solve the EA Captcha to download the EA Captcha. For this simply click on it. Here you can see the file is downloaded. You can also see your name and country here in the file. There is one important thing to keep in mind that before using the EA Captcha, always make sure you are using the EA Captcha file which is downloaded by you from our Easy Accounting official website. Now how to use it? To see the details about EA Captcha and how to implement in your project, click here on how it works. So what is EA Captcha? EA Captcha is a simple, reliable, lightweight program that prevents automated action by bots. And how EA Captcha works? It determines that the action is executed by the human by various ways. It tracks the cursor movement of computer. It verifies that the X and Y position of the click event comes within the range of the element which is to be clicked. Ultimately, it verifies that the click was performed by the human and not by any bot or program. Now let's see how to implement EA Captcha in your project. It is very simple. First you have to make sure you are importing and using jQuery in your application or website because EA Captcha uses jQuery in its code. Now add this line inside the body tag of your HTML file in which you want to use the EA Captcha. It should be the first child of HTML body tag. First I remove the Google Recaptcha codes. Now I paste this code in HTML file after the body tag. Make sure it is the first child of body tag. Now in next step, import the EA Captcha file you have just downloaded from Easy Accounting website. To do this, paste this code just before the body tag ends. Make sure to change this path to where your EA Captcha JavaScript file is located. Now you can use the EA Captcha in your project. For this, just create the object instance of EA Captcha inside the window load function with this code. Don't create it in global scope. Now you can call the init method of this object whenever you want to call the EA Captcha to verify the user. Now here we want to call it and verify the user before calling sendMail function. So we need to simply pass that function to this object with calling its init method like this. You just need this. You can call your function here or you can also write your codes here if you want to execute the code after the Captcha verification. So I will call this function here inside it. And that's it. You don't need to do anything in server side. EA Captcha will execute these codes only after it verifies that the code is executed by user action and not by any code. So let's check it out. As you can see, after we click to send the mail, this EA captcha appears and it will be execute rest of the code only after user click on this small white box. To cancel the operation, click anywhere in the black area. If we click anywhere else, it is not going to work. We need to click inside this. As you can see, after verification, this email has been sent. Let's send another email. Again, the email is received. Now let's try to send the useless emails with codes. So let's execute that code again. And you can see nothing happened. No mail was sent before we solve this EA captcha. Also, we have not received any mail. User need to click inside the captcha in order to execute rest of the code and complete the operation. If we try to click this box with our code, then see nothing will be happen. Now there is one more thing. Suppose you want multiple operations to be executed only after the captcha verification. Then you can easily do it by calling the same object instance you created. Suppose in this page I also want to register user or send OTP after captcha verification. Then we will do this in this way. We are adding this register button and we have this function for user registration. Now we will simply pass this function to EA captcha init method on click event. See how easy it is. And captcha is working for this too. Also, if you see the resources, no extra file is imported in the page. That's it. If you want to comment that I should hide the IP address of my server, then don't need to do it. Instead, watch the video in the description. It is especially for you. Thanks for watching. Ultimately, we want you to know that if you want to have your dream project real, that is software or web application, you can call us or send an application request to us because we give you 100% satisfaction guarantee. Moreover, you can pay your project amount in EMI, that is easy monthly installment with 0% interest. So what are you waiting for? It's time to convert your dream to real life.